Good afternoon to everyone. It is a great pleasure to welcome the final day of 6 days faculty development program on bridging education and intelligence, jointly organized by the Department of Computer Application and the PG and Research Department of Computer Science, Nandha Arts and Science College. Today's topic is generative AI. Now I request Dr. T. Parimala ma'am, Associate Professor and Head in PG and Research Department of Computer Science, to deliver welcome address.
Happy noon to everyone present here. It's a great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you the sixth and final day of our enlightening 6-day faculty development program on bridging education and intelligence. Over the past 5 days, we have together navigated the existing crossroads where education meets intelligent technology, enriching our skills and perspectives. Thank you for your active participation and commitment. Let us make this final day as impactful as the day before, enhancing the future of education with intelligence. So today's topic is generative AI. With this note, on behalf of Nandha Arts and Science College, Department of Computer Application and PG and Research Department of Computer Science, first and foremost, I would like to thank our management for their constant support. Next, I would like to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. S. Manogaran sir, and administrative officer, Dr. V.C. Srinivasan sir, for their encourage and support for organizing this session. I feel immense pleasure to welcome our respected chief guest, Dr. J. Ghayathri, principal, Nyruthi Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, for accepting our invitation and presence over here. Welcome you, ma'am. I extend my warm welcome to heads, faculty members from other various colleges and our own college, Nandha Arts and Science College, for their enthusiastic participation. Welcome you all. And I take this opportunity to thank the organizing team, Mrs. S. Shantalakshmi, Head of Computer Applications, Nandha Arts and Science College, Mr. N. Murthy, Assistant Professor in Computer Applications, Mrs. P. Ranjani, Assistant Professor in Computer Science, for their valuable efforts and timely engagement. And I welcome you all. I wish to mention the background of this online platform support from IPAC, Dr. Abdul Sir, Mr. Ilaya Bharati, and Mr. F. Karthik, Assistant Professor in Computer Applications, took a part in YouTube streamlining. And also I welcome all of them for this occasion. Hope this session brings you the current needs and importance of generative AI. Once again, my heartfelt welcome goes to our chief guest, Dr. J. Ghayathri ma'am, and I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Mrs. P. Satisri ma'am, Assistant Professor in Computer Science, to introduce our chief guest.
Good afternoon to all of present here. I am very honored to introduce our respected chief guest, Dr. J. Ghayathri ma'am, Principal of Nyruthi Arts and Science College, Coimbatore. She is a distinguished academician and a visionary leader with over 24 years of experience in higher education and research. She is specialized in research area of artificial intelligence, knowledge management, and business intelligence. She served in several academic and administrative positions under Badia University and other esteemed institutions. Prior to her current appointment, she served as the principal of Sheridan Arts and Science College, Kangayam, and as the academic coordinator and head of the School of Information Science at Presidency University, Bangalore. Additionally, she has held the faculty position at esteemed institutions including Jain University, Bangalore, and Congo Arts and Science College, Erode. As a president of INC, spearheaded initiatives that led her institution to achieve a prestigious poster ranking conferred by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. She has been instrumental in facilitating NAC accreditation and NIRF ranking processes, and she served as a reviewer and session chair for multiple IEEE-sponsored international conferences. She has successfully guided over 16 MPhil scholars and supervised more than 500 student research products. Her scholarly contributors include 30 international journal conferences, 17 conference papers, and 2 book chapters. Furthermore, she has been granted an Australian patent and has filed 2 patents in India. Her academic achievements include Best Paper Presentation Award, the NPTEL Elite Gold Badge, and she completed 5 courses and 100 plus FDPs, webinars, workshops organized by various institutions. She acted as a resource person in more than 25 programs like workshops, seminars, and conferences. She received resource grant from National Commission for Women New Delhi to conduct capacity program for female students during September 2024. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. Now, I would like invite and hand over the session to our respected chief guest, ma'am, Dr. Ghayathri, ma'am. Ma'am, the session is yours.
Good afternoon to all.
Yes,
First of
ma'am.
all, I would like to thank the team of this FDP program for giving me the opportunity to present my views regarding generative AI. And also, I would like to thank the management, principal, and administrative officer of Nandha Arts and Science College for arranging such a nice program and also giving the opportunity to deliver the lectures through this program. And also, I would like to congratulate the participants for participating in this program. Now, I would like to share my views regarding this generative AI. Shall I present? The topic is generative AI today. The world is now running behind with AI, and when we started AI, first we started with the calculations and translations through AI. Even though we were doing all the expert systems and domains, first we started with the translation. So the famous popular Chinese room program was used. Here, one man is sitting inside the room and two people are standing outside. The man inside knows only English, and the persons are waiting outside the room knows only Chinese. But when they are contacting this person inside the room, they can communicate. These people don't know English. This Chinese people don't know English, and this Englishman doesn't know Chinese. So when these two people are communicating, they couldn't understand what each other are saying, and also the delivering the content will be very tough. So to solve this, in between this, they have used the translator. So at first they have this person referred the dictionary, and stage by stage this Englishman improved his Chinese knowledge. So whenever this Chinese person coming and contacting this English person, this man first referred the dictionary. Then after that he learned the things and he delivered the contents. But while at the beginning itself, these people thought that this person inside the room is very expert and intelligent Chinese speakers. But the fact is not like that. What they have done is it is improved by learning. So this is what has happened in the earlier days. Through the translators, it was handled, and day by day it was improved, and the artificial intelligence was given to the programs, and that was acted as the human beings. So this was the experiment first hand out to implement the artificial intelligence. So this was introduced and proposed by John Searle in 1980. So the computers usually cannot understand the language or what it is thinking of. We know it understands only its own language. So to convert everything, we need the translators. So we developed the translators and we implemented it. And side by side, what we done is we made the translators to learn the things what we are feeding in. So this actually the conclusion is AI cannot be yet deemed perfect because it is learning day by day. So that is the fact. Artificial intelligence is learning day by day. In short, it is no true understanding of their meaning or context. It is just translating the things whatever we are feeding. So after after the calculators, after the translators, after the expert systems, we went into the robots. You just see this image. A robot is helping an old lady. Thus usually this robots are created using the artificial intelligence, because the robots are having the sensors and they are programmed with the ways and knowing the obstacles. So they are helping the old ladies. So this was the mid journey of our artificial intelligence. So after that, the Turing test was introduced. Yeah, that was two things. One is one side in two rooms. One side the computer was playing, and the other side human was responding. So the interrogator should find which one is the computer and which one is the human. So that was the thing we developed in AI. That is, AI was becoming to act as the human responder. So finding out the things will be very tough. So these are some evolutions in artificial intelligence, where we are defining the artificial intelligence as its machine ability to perform the cognitive functions usually associated with human minds. Usually calculations can be done by the very simple programs, but when we are thinking, when you are going with the cognitive functions, logical analysis, logical thinking, we have to replicate the human minds and the human knowledge. So here the work of artificial intelligence or playing of artificial intelligence is implemented. So here artificial intelligence, it's a field of science. Actually, it is coming under the category of field of science, which is used to build the computers and machines that can reason, learn, and act in such a way that require, yeah, a human intelligence. Normally, how the human intelligence is implemented. So this is the examples given, and just see the diagrams. Human, I can learn everything automatically from experiences. Can you? So what the machine is doing is, it is just reading the books, bulk of books at a time with the help of machine learning. This is what we achieved today. So these are some of the fields in artificial intelligence. AI is a broad field that composes of computer science, data analytics, statistics, hardware engineering, software engineering, linguistics, philosophy, psychology. Even in psychology, also artificial intelligence is implemented to know the mental ability of the people. You may be thinking, or now you are wondering why we are not touching the generative AI and we are talking about artificial intelligence. Before getting into generative artificial intelligence, we should know a little bit about the artificial intelligence, from where it is coming, how it is evolved, and where and all it is implemented, and how we are evolving from artificial intelligence into the other fields. These are some of the examples of artificial intelligence, chatbots for the customer support, even the recommendations from Amazon, YouTube, Netflix, wherever and whichever the platform you are getting the recommendation, that is through the artificial intelligence. And also the artificial intelligence agents, self-driving vehicles, robotics, manufacturing robotics, smart home devices, Siri, Alexa, Watson, whatever it is, virtual travel booking agents. These are all services. Social media monitors, automated healthcare management system, search engines, NLP, and online financial investing. These are, it's a very vast area. Nowadays, AI is completely ruling the world. See, when you see the natural language processing, you may be thinking these are just example. We all know about this one, but when you see this one, natural language processing, we are using the Chat GPT. But we don't know what is behind that Chat GPT, how it is processing. So it is supported by this NLP only. This natural language processing is very much supporting Chat GPT. So this is artificial intelligence, world of artificial intelligence. So everybody is sitting with our machine and we are controlling all over all the work is today carried out through the automation, through the agents, and also through the AI. So there are types of learning, supervised learning. Supervised learning means train an algorithm with a labeled data sets. That is, the data already contain the right answers. We know the answers. We can segregate the data set. We can segregate the data and we can label the data very easily. So that are coming under the supervised learning. Unsupervised learning, it's an algorithm with data that machine figure out the patterns, not the exact data, exact label data, it's raw data. It'll figure out, or it will categorize the data using the patterns. So, because they are unlabeled, no predefined labels or categories for that one. You just see this one. Through this one, inputting the raw data, unlabeled data. From here, you have to find out your interpretations, machine learning interpretations, using the algorithms you are processing, and you are categorizing which are dogs and which are cats, using their features you're detecting. So this is what is coming under unsupervised learning. And reinforcement learning, here you are giving a goal and expect the machine through trial and error to achieve that goal. That is keep on, it is learning and it is finding out the right thing. So this is a diagram where it shows what is machine learning. So why we are talking about machine learning is, it is one subset of artificial intelligence. Again, we are having one more subset, deep learning, because artificial intelligence today covering the whole thing. It's a global one. Then inside that, when we are processing with the data, that will be coming under the machine learning. When you are doing the analysis with your images and patterns, it will come in the deep learning. So here we are having types of artificial intelligence, weak AI and strong AI. Weak AI are some examples that are doing specific jobs like IBM Watson, Alexa, Siri, or Google Assistants. So these are coming under the weak AI. But the strong AI is, it's artificial super intelligence or artificial general intelligence. So this strong AI means it should completely duplicate or surpass or completely, behave like a human. It should completely have the human intelligence. But today there are at present no confirmed practical examples for this strong AI. But one day we are thinking that. Theoretically or maybe practically, it may surpass human intelligence, because we are a peer team is giving the intelligence to the machines or to our programs. So when we are giving like that, we a team is giving their experts to that program. So it will be little bit more intelligent than a single human being. So one day, surely it will surpass the human intelligence. So deep learning, the next one, the artificial intelligence, machine learning, then deep learning. It is the type of machine learning which is processing the wider range of data sources. Here only the images are coming. Images and text are coming here. You are doing more processing on this one. So this requires even less human intervention. The neural network technology is implemented in this one. This is producing more accurate results than the traditional machine learning. This uses the neural networks. So this follows feed-forward neural network, which was introduced in 1958. This information just moves in only one direction. So the forward model is input model to the output layer. We are feeding the data and we are training the model and we are getting the results. So this is used in banking and all to detect the fraudulent financial transactions. The next one is feed-forward. Recurrent neural networks, RNN. This uses time series data or the data that involves sequences. This uses the weights in each node of the network. So it's having different weight. Based on the weight, the data will be processed, and having the memory of what happened in the previous layer will be analyzed. So these things will be done. So in NLP, RNN can keep in mind other words used in a sentence. So NLP is mostly using the RNN structure. So these are often used in the speech recognition, translation, and to caption images. Why I'm talking about these and all, when you are getting into the generative AI, we are using these structures, these models only. So unless otherwise you know these models, it's a little bit difficult to generate the models in the GenAI. So the next one is convolutional neural network. It's used in image recognition (CNN). Use the several distinct layers. So several layers are here. Conventional layers are used for simple few features. The layers are used for colors and edges. So before looking into the complex features as the additional layers for the colors and edges, it was we are using, and we are creating more and more layers to get the clear things using this convolutional neural network. And then the next one is the generative adversarial network, which are mainly used in the Gen AI. Here, two neural networks competing each other in the game that ultimately improves the accuracy of the output. So, one network, the generator creates the examples that the other network, the discriminator, attempts to prove the true or false. That is one. There are two networks. In the other models, we are having only one network, but here we are having two neural network, one generator and discriminator. The generator creates the example, whereas the discriminator attempts to prove true or false, whether it is the generated one is true or false. So GAN have been used to create realistic images and even make art. So we are entering into generative AI. This generative AI is an AI model that generates content in response to a prompt. Whenever we talk about the generative AI, without Chat GPT, we cannot talk. Why? Because when we are using the generative AI, it is combinedly having the prompt engineering also, prompts also. Where we are using the prompts means we are using it in the Chat GPT and DALI like tools, and nowadays we are using it in the Gemini and all. So whatever the tool we are using the AI, we need the prompts. That plays the major role here. Because we have to clear very clear context based prompts, then only you'll be getting the answer what you are expected. That is, Chat GPT will return, or the tool what you are using will return the output as you expected. So it is a potential challenge also. So this is the journey to generative AI. See here, from 2010, near perfect translation of natural language has come, and mastering the meaning of the words. 2014, the models were introduced, and 2017 to 22, they have introduced the large language foundation models. Um, then 2022 onwards, this conversational large language foundation models were introduced, and ChatGPT is using these models. Now you can recall that why I was discussing about the NLP. Because you are all thinking that ChatGPT is coming under AI, and it is coming under generative AI, and whatever the question we give, it will go and search and it will give the answer. How it is giving the answer, how it is going and searching, how it is understanding our query, how it is understanding our prompt. So that is the research work in the natural language processing. So where we are using this large language foundation models. So here, defining, explaining, and describing the generative AI model and also the applications are now. Generative AI, Gen AI, it's any type of artificial intelligence that can produce. See here, the keyword is new text, images, video, audio clips. So, see, this is the difference between a search engine and this Gen AI tools. Search engine is also giving you the things whatever you are searching, but it is giving the thing whatever the things are available, existing. Whatever the things are existing, it is giving you. But here, when you are using the generative AI, it is giving you a new text, new image, new video, new audio clips using the existing data or existing information. So that is very important, because without a data or without an information, it cannot give. So using the existing thing, it is learning and generating the new one. So it learns the patterns from the training data and generates new unique outputs with some same statistical properties. So here, the traditional AI, it is a majority of non-technically inclined people know that it's a part of AI. Weak AI, it's for specific task. Then here, the traditional AI are just voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistants, like that. It will respond to an input and produce an output. That's it. These AI systems are learning from the data characteristics and more to make the decisions and predictions. Even the playing the computer chess, the computer knows all the rules and uses this to make its next move. The people who are in computer science all know about the chess games. Based on the rules and regulations of the chess game, the complete expert system or the computer game chess game is framed. So based on the rules, based on the move, it decides what may be the next move of the opponent or what may be our next move. So this is what is happening in the traditional AI. It's a predefined strategy. The strategy is already predefined. So it receives the inputs and produces the outputs based on the rules, not by creating the new things. But the generative AI takes the inputs, understands it, and creates something new using the information from the input. For example, when we are studying, we'll study some students or some people what they do is they'll study and just they'll reproduce. They won't understand like the question defined, then just reproduce. But some students, what they'll do is they'll study the content, they'll understand it, and they'll present the same content with new examples or new creativity. So that is what happening in the generative AI. The second thing is happening in the generative AI. It is trained on the data and learns underlying patterns. So here are the applications of a generative AI is automated content generation. So here this can be a valuable time-saving tool for the business and professionals who are creating the content on regular basis. So nowadays, whenever we are going for a paper presentations or we want to write some articles or blog post, we know the points what we have to include in that article or paper or posts or in the social media. So when we feed that, it will be the content will be automatically generated. So the time will be saved automatically. So it's a very time-saving tool. And the increased content variety is AI models can generate a variety of content types, including text, images, and videos. This can help business and professionals to create more diverse and interesting content that appeals to be a wider range of the people. So, what this means is AI models generating the variety of contents, not only the text. It creates all the things as we discussed earlier, and so this can help the business and professionals to create more diverse and interesting contents. Not only the complete text, we can include the images or videos or tables or graphs or charts wherever it is required. We can insert it using this generative AI. So these are some generative AI tools, sample avatar AI, chat GPT, GitHub. So these are board. So these are all some examples. So here, when we discuss about the difference in the generative models is these use prompts to guide the content generation, using the transfer learning to become more proficient, as I told you before. This early Gen AI models were built with specific data types and the specific applications in mind. Like Deep Dream, this is one of the Google's product, and this is designed to manipulate and enhance only the images. So this is only for image processing purpose. It can produce engaging new visual effects, but models development primarily focused on the image processing. But now it is changed into multi-model. Number of generative AI models are now multi-model. So that is the difference happening now. And the thing is, now what the thing is, now we have moved from Gen AI to agents, artificial intelligence agents. Actually, it is not a new technology; it's an older technology only. But with the carry forward of the generative AI's technology, we are implementing the agents, and the next step of generative AI has happened now. So here the relationship between the artificial and intelligence relative AI is hierarchical. And the next part is the generative AI agent. So here perception, logical reasoning, decision making, natural language understanding, everything is happening. So the difference of artificial intelligence, traditional machine learning, and generative AI. So characteristics, the purpose for what we are using. There is only the airline difference between these three things. First, AI is it is developing computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. But when you are addressing this traditional ML, it make predictions or decisions based on the given data. So the data is given, and the predictions and the decisions are taken only based on the data. But in the generative AI, it generates new data samples based on the data set. Even the data set is generated, not only image or audio or text or like that. Even the data samples are also generated using the generative AI. That is a very big task, because this gives us a good focus, because for everything we cannot get all the samples, or we cannot get more samples. So in the medical field and all, we need more samples to arrive very specific, very accurate results. So that time and all, we can use this generative AI. Then when you are coming into the data interaction, these models use various techniques and strategies designed to mimic the human intelligence across the wide range of applications. But traditional ML models learn from the data, and it makes the predictions or decisions on the new unseen data. But generative AI, what it is doing is, this model produces new data that vary the part of the original data set, but share similar characteristics. This is what I told you, the similar characteristics, but the data set is different. The data is different, but the characteristic is same. So these are the something how the AI, generative AI is working, and the content generation, image synthesis, language translation, creativity support, text summarization, artistic creation, chatbots, anomaly, gameplay, recommendation system, speech synthesis, medical diagnosis, autonomous vehicle, financial forecasting. All these we listed in the listed at the beginning. So here, how it is working is given. How these in these parts, how the generative AI is working, whereas the traditional AI was working. So it is compared here. For example, when you come to the medical diagnosis, it is assisting in diagnosing medical conditions. But the traditional AI uses the predefined rules and medical knowledge. You know, the previous expert systems and all, the rules are already inputted into the programs, and based on the rules that will be diagnosed. It's goal-oriented system. So it was the thing was diagnosed. But here, the medical diagnosis, here this is assisting the diagnosing medical conditions even. So this is what happening in the generative AI. See, these are some here using this images. If you can input all these images into your data sets, and you can create a new image for an elephant. So here are different types of different pictures of elephants are there. So using this one, it will extract only the elephants from these pictures. Using our algorithms, what we have discussed earlier, or unconventional CNN, GANs, etc. Using all these algorithms, it will extract the elephant picture and it will generate the new one using this one. So this one, generative AI, how it is working, or how the language model is working. So we are all thinking that it is creating, it is generating, it is working, it is giving us. But here, how it is working? Language models basically predict what word comes next in a sequence of words, and it is training the model on large volumes of text for better understanding of what would is likely to come next. So language model, smart compose and smart reply in Gmail. Here one thing I would like to say is that training the models on large volume of text. That means large volume of vocabularies, even we can say tokens, we can say. So that tokens are that vocabulary words are given in the models, and we are trying to give the better understanding for our AI. So here about these prompts, how the standard prompt is working, and how you have to give the thought prompting, chain of thought prompting. In the standard prompting, you will be giving just actual questions, but you may not be getting the right result. So what you have to give is, you have to give a clear descriptive prompts. So here you see this one. Roger has 5 tennis ball. He buys 2 more cans of tennis ball. Each can has 3 tennis ball. How many tennis balls does he know? The answer is 11. Again, it is you are framing the question. The cafeteria had 23 apples. If they used 20 to make lunch and bought 6 more, how many apples do they have? The answer is 27. It is wrong. So you have to reframe it. You just started with 5 balls, 2 cans of 3 tennis balls, each is 6 tennis balls. So the answer is 11. So from this, you are giving the question, and it is giving you the right answer. So the prompt should be very descriptive. Otherwise, you will not be getting the accurate results. So what you have to do, and you should not do in the generative AI prompts is, don't input any personally identifiable information. Don't input any sensitive. And this is not for only for chat GPT. This is for all the generative AIs. Don't input any sensitive information, and also don't input any company IP. So this is very must. Very, you should be very careful, because today the cyber security is very much important. There are so many flaws in that. So we must be very careful in this. Data is the biggest asset today. We must be very careful while you are processing this one. While we are carrying our mobile phone with us, when you are talking about something, later on when you are searching something else, your AI based software is just grasping your speech, and it is showing the informations related to that speech. So be careful while you are handling your sensitive electronic devices, and also your AI programs or AI apps. Do turn off history if using external tools like ChatGPT that enable that choice. Do closely monitor outputs like the last slide. You may get a wrong result, or minimal hallucinations, or factual errors, or biased, inappropriate statements you may get. So how the next one is how the large language models is working, or what is a large language model. It's a type of machine learning model that process and generate natural language text. So the most significant advancement in the development of large language model has been the availability of vast amount of text data, because we are having number of books, websites, social media posts, so many things in the form of text and books and we are having. So this should be analyzed, and these should be regenerated, or from these we have to get our response. So finding out the things is a very little bit tedious one. So our model should be capable of predicting and generating the natural language responses in the variety of contents. As a result, large language models have multiple practical applications such as virtual assistant, chatbots, or text generators like ChatGPT. And so here, this was already discussed. Generative adversarial networks (GAN). Yeah, see how this generative AI GAN is working. It is you are giving your data. Using the data, it is generating, the generator is generating the samples, and you are feeding the real sample along with the generated sample into the discriminator. That is nothing but like a testing. It is comparing both the generated sample and real sample and finding out the reality or the suitability of the generated sample. So it is finding out whether it is real or fake. It is just randomly generated or it is properly generated. It is analyzing, and if it is not properly generated, again it is giving it back and it is training. So again, it or else again you are giving the data and you are analyzing. So the next one is the first one is this generator model, GAN model. The second one is the transformer based models. Here, what we are using is this neural networks operate by learning context and meaning through tracking relationship of the sequential data. Which means these models are really good at natural language processing. So that I keep on repeating that language processing model is mainly playing a major role in this generative AI. So the next one is the variational autoencoder models (VAEs). This is similar to GANs, but it is having with two different neural networks. Encoders and decoders are included in that. So taking a large amount of data and compressing it into a smaller representation. So this VAEs are often used in image, video, and audio. The previous one are used with natural language processing, whereas this encoder models are used with the videos, audios, and images, because these files are a little bit larger files, image, video, and audio. So first we have to compress it into smaller representations, then only we can work on that. So this can be trained on data sets like celebrity, CNDBA. This contains over 2 lakhs images of celebrities. This when we are creating this one, you can create a completely new portrait of people that don't exist. This is a data set which contains more than 2 lakh images of celebrities. So using this data set, using this model, you can create a new portrait of the people whose image is not inside this data set. So how this generative AI works. So these are some models generated. So the same thing, AI prompt you are giving, responsible AI and safety, it's working. And citation checking, grounding, foundation model. So model customization, you are customizing your model, and based on this, you are working with this one. So prompt you are giving, your based on your foundation models, you are working out with the model customization. In the middle, you are grounding your services with the citation check, and you are getting the feedback response. So these are some APIs supported in the generative AI. So this generative AI and Vertex AI have variety of generative AI foundation models. So Gemini API, POM API, Cody APIs, Imagen API, Medlem. So these are some of the generative AIs. So the next portion is, so far we have seen how what is this generative AI, what are the models in the generative AI, and what are the importance of this generative AI, etc. Now we are seeing how to build the generative AI model. There are some certain steps to be followed to build the generative AI model. So the first step in this is gathering the data. So whatever the project we carry out, the first step to be done is gathering the data. So the very first step is to collect the right data for our project. In this data selection, so we have to decide what you want your model to create, whether it is a story or a poem or even a response in the chatbot. So based on this, your data selection should be. For example, if you are creating the story means, so create the story, you have to decide your model, which type of model we have to. For the poems, so this data selection is very important. Then data collection, find lots of examples, what want you generate. So for text, you can gather books, articles, conversations from the internet. Then pre-processing your data nets, cleaning, tokenization, normalization. So these are the things we have to carry out in the pre-processing of the data. Cleaning, we know, removing the messy or irrelevant parts of the data. Tokenization, splitting the text into the smaller chunks, that is like words or sentences. Normalization is ensuring everything is consistent. For text, it means converting everything into lowercase. That is, it must be lowercase or it must be uppercase. So it should be normalized. Images means all the images should be in the same pixel rate, and the edges should be very correct. Like that, we have to ensure the normalization. Step 3 is choosing the generative model architecture. So we have seen some generative model architecture as GAN, neural network, RNN, etc. So we have to choose the appropriate model architecture. The fourth one is training the generative model. So here you have to give the batch size, training time, regularization. So everything we have to finalize, and we have to train our generative model. Then evaluating and fine tuning. So whatever we do, finally what we have to do is we have to evaluate the matrices. So if you don't evaluate, or if you don't evaluate without metrics, vaguely if you do that, you will not get an idea to get the accurate result or to do the fine tuning. So you must give concentration for this evaluation metrics, and you have to fine tune the model. So already I told you in the prompts, you should be very specific. For example, instead of write a story, you have to give it as write a horror story. Like that, you can give a very specific, or write a children's story written by this person. So like that, you can give very specific things to get the prompt results. So, and also one more thing what you have to do is in prompts, you have to specify how you want your output to be presented. That is also very important. So, one more thing, you can include the example also. Right, like this, you have to give me the output. That also can be included. And but when you are giving, yeah, this is very important. When you are giving the examples, you should not upload the copyrighted works or licensed works. You should give only the general things. So the tone and audience. So you have to build on previous prompts. See, you don't have to get everything into first prompt. I think you might have experienced this in the chat GPT. While you are giving some prompt, again it will ask you, it will give you the suggestions whether I have to proceed in this way. whether you want the the results including this one, like this it will be asking you. So if you give just yes or no in the below prompt, again your content will be fine tuned, and you will be getting more content with more accuracy. So this one you have to carry out while you are using your chat GTP, like Gen AIs, and correct mistakes and give feedback. But usually we don't do this. Maybe somebody are doing this one. If it is giving you not a correct answer, you'll be giving the feedback, so it will correct and it will give you the right answer next time. So this is what I would like to tell about you about the generative AI. If you want to know about NLP, how it is working, I can show you some PPT regarding this one. See, the one concept under this NLP is named entity recognition. Here, the named entities, these are some of the named entities. Here, anything that can be referred with the proper name is called named entity. It may be, you may feel that it is vague, but when I proceed with this concept, you may understand the things. So here you are having the multiple class problems. There are 3 classes. PER stands for to identify a person. LOC is for a location, and ORG is for an organization. Here one more, if the 4 classes named entity you are going means you are adding it with GPE, that is geopolitical entity. So more and more classes you can add with dates, times, numbers, prices. How you can do this is, see, this is the examples of named entities. PER stands for person, I told, person Ghayathri, location it is Coimbatore, organization it is Asuri, geopolitical entity, Prime Minister of India. This is a geopolitical entity. Geo here India, political entity is Prime Minister. So this is a Prime Minister of India. How we are representing this is the task of the entity recognition. This finds spans of text that constitute a named entity, and this is tagging the entity with the proper NER class, named entity tagging. See, this is one example document. You just see. So this is an example document. This is NER input. We are giving this as input. So here, how do you find the NER spans is, see here, citing high fuel prices, United Airlines, this is an NER, this is a named entity. Friday is a named entity, and $6 is a named entity. American Airlines, AMR, TIM, and United. So these are named entities. The things given in the red fonts are named entities. So how do you find this output? You just see. See this one, citing high fuel prices, United Airlines, this is coming under organization. United Airlines is an organization, so it is coming under ORG. It is coming under the name tag of ORG. And Friday is time, so it is coming with the tag of time. $6, it is coming under the tag of money. So again, these are ORG. Tim Wagner is person. ORG. So these are tagged like this. Named entities are tagged like this. Why NER? Sentiment analysis, consumer sentiment toward a particular company or a person, or in chat GPT we can use this one. Answering the questions about an entity, information extraction. So in the information extraction, extracting facts about the entities from the text. If you want to describe, if you want to say some words about this American Airlines or United Airlines, then it will go and search this tags. It will search the tags and it will collect the information, and it will give you it will return you the values. But it is this NER is not that much easy, because you have to go for segmentation, and also the type ambiguity type is also there. Here this part of speech tagging, POS stands for part of speech. Part of speech, it's a sentence tagging. There is no segmentation since each word gets one tag. But in NER, we have to find the span before adding the tags. So we have to find which one is named entity. That is very, very difficult. When you can add a text with a number of words. And from that number of words, you have to split it into number of text, tokens. Then you have to find out the named entity. So for that, you should have a very good data set. Very good model you should get. So using that model, you can find out this named entity. So ambiguity, multiple types. For example, see this one. Washington was born into slavery on the Forum of James. This one, Washington went up 2 games to 1 and 4 games. Blair arrived in Washington. So these are all giving different meaning. So this Washington, this represents the name of this, name of a person. This is a team. This is a place. This is a legislation committee. So these are giving different meaning, but the word is the same word. So here you have to mention, you have to find out which one is the named entity, and you have to put. See, person, organization, location, GP. So for this, we have included the bio tagging. Beginning, intermediate, others or outside. This is inside. This is the end of the token. This is unit or single length of the chunk phrase. So this will add. So you just go through this one. Along with the person, this index is added. This bio tagging is added. So this is intermediate inside. So it is I. Person of this I. This Jane is beginning of the person name. Vinanva is the intermediate of this person name. So like this, we are representing this in the NLP. So there are so many variants in the standard algorithms for NER. We are having hidden Markov model. Many supervised kerning sequence labeling models also can be used. This is what we have seen in the generative AI, hidden Markov models, then conditional random fields we are having, maximum entropy Markov model. And then again our RNN, retrained language model BERT is also we are using. So these are some of the things we are using in the NLP. Even this parse tree also we can use. This rules are given. Using these rules, we can give this one, frame the tree. So this is a little bit advanced. You can give the proper noun, common noun, collective. So you should give you can include all the grammatical information inside the model, and you can get it. See this one, the final one. Sorry. So there are so many examples. So determining how the word is, I prefer a morning flight. I is a pronoun. Then prefer is a verb. A is a determinant. Morning is a noun. So these conditions are given and we are tracking. So how this is how your this thing is working. NLP and ChatGPT is working. So thank you all. Thanks for the opportunity given.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. P. Gomadi ma'am to deliver the valedictory address.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் தமிழ்ல தான் பேச போறேன். பிரின்சிபல் சார் இல்லை அப்படிங்கிறதுனால நம்ம திடீர்னு பேச வேண்டியதா இருந்தது. இருந்தாலும் நான் வந்து 5 டேஸும் அந்த 6 டேஸுமே நம்ம எல்லா ப்ரோக்ராம்லயும் இருந்தேன் அப்படிங்கிற முறையில கண்டிப்பா ஒரு சில விஷயங்கள் நான் ஷேர் பண்ணிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நம்மளுடைய காலேஜ்ல இருந்து டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் கம்ப்யூட்டர் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸும், பிஜி அண்ட் ரிசர்ச் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸும் ஜாயிண்ட்லி ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ண அந்த எஃப்டிபி பிரிட்ஜிங் எஜுகேஷன் அண்ட் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிற டாபிக்ல உண்மையிலேயே பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்க கல்வி அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு தனி லைனா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. அறிவு அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு தனி லைனா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நம்ம முன்னோர்கள் சொல்லுவாங்க, ஏட்டு சுரக்காய் கறிக்கு உதவாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ எதுவுமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ப்ராக்டிஸா அது 2யும் பிரிட்ஜ் பண்ணும்போது தான் பிளெண்டிங் அப்படின்னு கூட ஒரு டாபிக் வந்திருந்தது நம்மள. ஸோ கல்வி, அறிவு 2யும் நம்ம வந்து ஜாயின் பண்ணோம்னா தான் கண்டிப்பாக 2ம் இணைஞ்சு செயல்படும்போது தான் அது வந்து சக்சஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும். ஸோ இது வந்து இந்த மீனிங்ல ரொம்ப அழகா நம்மளோட பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 6 டேஸுமே ரொம்ப அழகா நடந்துச்சு. டாக்டர் வி பிரபாகரன் சார் வந்து பிளெண்டிங் இன்னோவேஷன் அண்ட் கிளாஸ் ரூம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிற டாபிக்ல ரொம்ப அழகா எடுத்தாங்க. அந்த அன்னைக்கு என்னால் அதிகமாக கேட்க முடியல. இருந்தாலும் டாபிக்ல எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப தேவையான இந்த காலத்துக்கு இந்த டைம்க்கு நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேவையான ஒரு விஷயங்களா இருந்தது. ஏன்னா எல்லாருமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா காலாகாலத்துக்கும் நம்மள வந்து அப்டேட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே தான் இருக்கணும். மாற்றம் ஒன்றே மாற்றம் இல்லாததுன்னு சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா? அதுலயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பீயிங் அ கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ், கம்ப்யூட்டர் அப்ளிகேஷன் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நம்ம வந்து டெய்லி அப்டேஷன்ஸ் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கோம். ஸோ அப்டேஷன்ஸ் பார்க்கல, நம்மள அப்டேட் பண்ணிக்கல அப்படின்னா, அவுடேட் ஆயிருவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி எங்களுடைய முன்னாள் பிரின்சிபல் வந்து சொல்லுவாரு. ஸோ அந்த விதத்துல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, கரெக்ட்டா அப்டேட்டடா நம்மளுக்கு தேவையான விஷயங்கள ரொம்ப டெப்த்தா ரொம்ப அழகா பண்ணாங்க. விமல்குமார் சார் வந்து ஸ்மார்ட் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் ஃபார் ப்ராப்ளம் சால்விங் எடுத்தாங்க. அப்புறம் நசீரா மேம், மேம்து வாய்ஸா இருக்கட்டும், லாங்குவேஜா இருக்கட்டும், ரொம்ப இம்ப்ரெசிவா இருந்துச்சு. ஓபியும் ப்ளூம்ஸ் டாக்ஸானமி பத்தி ரொம்ப எளிமையா, ஏன்னா அட்டானமஸ் இப்ப போனதுனால இதெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப தேவையா இருக்கு. அந்த விதத்துல மேம் ரொம்ப அழகா தெளிவா எடுத்திருந்தாங்க. அடுத்தது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நம்மளுடைய தர்மலிங்கம் சார், நம்மளோட முன்னாள் ப்ரொஃபசர் நம்ம இங்கே தான் ஒர்க் பண்ணாங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டு. இப்போ பாரதியார்ல இருக்காரு. அவர் வந்து மெஷின் லேர்னிங் பத்தியும், ரிசர்ச் கைட்லைன்ஸ் எல்லாம் பத்தி நம்மளுக்கு அழகா சொன்னாரு. அப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்க, நேத்து நேத்து திலகராஜ் சார் ஒரு 45 மினிட்ஸ்ல ஆனா ரொம்ப அழகா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, என்ன சொல்ல வந்தாரோ அவ்ளோ அழகா தெளிவா சொன்னாங்க. மல்டி மாடல் டீப் லேர்னிங் பத்தி. அப்புறம் இன்னைக்கு நம்மளுடைய காயத்ரி தேவி மேம். மேம் வந்து எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு ஒரு 25 வருஷத்துக்கு மேலேயே நான் மேமோட பேர் கேட்டுக்கிட்டே இருப்பேன். நம்மளோட அண்மை கல்லூரியில தான் ஒர்க் பண்ணாங்க. இப்ப மேம் வந்து நைருத்தி ஆர்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் சயின்ஸ்ல வந்து பிரின்சிபலா இருக்காங்க. ஸோ மேம் எப்போ அதாவது அந்த 25 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னால எப்படி பார்த்தோமோ, அதே அப்பியரன்ஸோடையும் நாலேட்ஜ் இன்னும் ரொம்ப பல படிகள் ஏறியும், மேம் இன்னைக்கு பிரசன்டேஷன் வந்து ஜெனரேட்டிவ் ஏஐ சூப்பர்பா ரொம்ப அழகா தெளிவா சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ அந்த விதத்துல பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்க, இந்த நம்மளுடைய எஃப்டிபி வெரி சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் ஒன். சாரி இங்க கொஞ்சம் நாய்ஸ் இருக்கும். நான் கொஞ்சம் வாய்ஸ் ட்ரெம்பிள் ஆகுற மாரி இருக்கும். ஏன்னா இங்க என்எஸ்எஸ் கேம்ப் பக்கத்துல வந்திருக்கிறதுனால நான் வந்து அப்படி பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன். பட் மத்தபடி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இந்த ப்ரோகிராம் வ எது நீங்க நெனச்சு பண்ணுனீங்களோ, அத நம்மளுடைய 2 டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டும் அட்டைன் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. வெரி சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் ப்ரோகிராம். அந்த ரொம்ப காலத்துக்கு தேவையான இந்த படிப்பு படிக்கிறவங்களுக்கு தேவையான ஆசிரியர்களுக்கும் தேவையான மெயின் ஆசிரியர்களுக்கு தேவையான ரொம்ப அழகான ரொம்ப டெப்த்தான நல்ல நாலேஜபிளான ஒரு செஷனா ஒவ்வொன்றுமே அமைஞ்சது. அந்த வகையில எல்லாத்துக்கும் என்னோட வாழ்த்துக்களையும் தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன். நானும் ஒரு அட்டன் பண்ணி இதுல ஒரு பயனாளியாக இருந்ததுக்காக உங்களுக்கு நான் நன்றியும் தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன். வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants,
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
kindly fill the feedback form immediately. And students, kindly share your feedback.
Good afternoon. Myself, Dr. Suresh Babu. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. So I would like to thank the management of Nandha Arts and Science College, principal and heads of various Department of Computer Science stream for organizing this 6 days FDP program on need of the art topic, that is generative AI. So I think all the resource person have shared their experience and knowledge related to the topic, mainly related to the bridging the gap between the education and the intelligence. So once again, I'm thankful for the arrangement and follow-up of the FDP program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I wish participants can unmute and share your feedback.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sweetie Kriba from RD National College of Arts and Science. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for allowing me to participate in this FDP program. And I thank my sincere special thanks to all the resource persons for sharing their knowledge with us. It was very happy learning experience for us. Thank you once again for all the resource persons. And also I would like to thank all the management of Nandha Arts and Science College, principal sir, and HODs of this department, Shantalakshmi ma'am, and research department HOD, and all the faculty members and coordinators for arranging this wonderful FTP for us. It was a very happy learning experience for us. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable feedback. Now, I would like to invite Mrs. P. Bhanuvati ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to everyone present here. On behalf of organizing committee, I'm here to propose vote of thanks for this 6 days FTP on bridging education and intelligence. Our sincere gratitude goes to Principal Sir Dr. S. Manogaran and Administrative Officer Dr. V.C. Srinivasan Sir for their kind support to organize this FTP, and Mrs. S.N. Shantalakshmi Ma'am, Head and Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, Dr. T. Paramalam Ma'am, Head and Associate Professor, PG and Research Department of Computer Science for their valuable presence and guidance throughout this program. We are also deeply thankful to our esteemed resource persons. Day 1, Dr. B. Prabhakaran Sir, Professor, Head, School of Media Studies, SRM Institute of Science and Technology. And day 2, Dr. T. Vimal Kumar Sir, Associate Professor and Head Department of Computer Science, Rathinam College of Arts and Science. And day 3, Dr. G.M. Nazira Ma'am, Associate Professor and Head Department of Computer Applications, Chitana Government Arts College. And day 4, Dr. M. Dharmalingam Sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Bardiyar University. And day 5, Dr. T. Tilakraj, Associate Professor in Data Analytics and Mathematical Science, School of Science, Jain University. And last, day 6, Dr. J. Ghayathri Ma'am, Principal, Nyruthi Arts and Science College, for their valuable information about their topics. It's very useful for us. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Their expertise and insights have enriched our knowledge on their topics. And a special thanks to organizing team and the faculty members of BCA department and PG and Research Department of Computer Science for their tireless efforts in making the FDP a grand success. We would also like to thank the technical team and all the supporting staff for ensuring everything ran smoothly. Finally, we thank all the participants for their active engagement and enthusiasm made this FTP truly collaborative and enriching experience. Thank you all once again, and we wish you successful and fulfilling academic year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, these recorded sessions are shared with you. You can subscribe our YouTube channel, Nandha Arts and Science College, and you can watch the videos.